folks, welcome back. It's a beautiful morning. We're getting right into fall time. Today I'm going to be testing the theory on how barometric pressure affects catfish. Now there's multiple theories on this. First one is that when the pressure's high, the fish don't bite. Simple as that. So we're going to try that. Another theory is that when the pressure's high, it affects their swim bladder and it makes them want to go deep. So we're going to test that. Another theory is that it doesn't matter and they'll just bite anything, anytime. So we're going to test that. Some folks say it has to do with weather, knowing that barometric pressure is indicative of how the weather's going to be. Right now we're on a sharp rise in pressure, and today it's going to get up to over 30.2, which is considered to be high. Another theory is that it squeezes their swim bladder and makes them feel like they're already full. Either way, water's 72 degrees, and we're sitting sort of off of a shelf. Out here we've got about 35 feet of water, and over here we've got 10 to 15 feet of water, and then here in the center we got around 20, 22. I've got some fresh gizzard shad, some fresh menhaden, and I'm going to throw these out here and I'm going to test that barometric pressure theory today, folks. Let's see what happens. Okay, here we go, folks. We got a fish on. Alright, first fish, and he came out of the deep side. Might drag on a little bit. It's pulling pretty good. Might be a good one here, folks. It's pulling some drag, yeah. Alright. He's already on the top over there. I can see him over there. Got so much current I can't really do anything with him. He's pulling good though, he's pulling drag. Oh, he came off. Damn. That was a good one too, folks. That was a real good one. Damn. That's a heartbreaker. Oh, we got one on a suspended rod here. Shaking like crazy. Alright, there's the first fish of the day. We already missed two really good ones, which is pretty heartbreaking, but at least we got one fish now. There he is, fish number one. Fish number one in the boat finally. But I had two good takedowns and they both came off, and I don't know why. But that's a decent one. Alright, folks. So for the history piece, I'm going to keep in the fall thing, the spooky season tradition. So this one is about a story from southern Maryland in Leonardtown. Back in the 1600s, the small village then of Leonardtown was going through what was the whole witch craze of the 1600s. You know, they had the one in Salem, Massachusetts, and Maryland had the same thing. So one winter in the late 1600s, I believe it was the late 1600s, I want to say it was actually 1658, the town was going through a famine, disease, a lot of hardship, and like most people did in the 1600s, they decided to blame it on witchcraft. Now there was an old woman, older woman, not old but older, I don't want to insult her, living on the south end of town. Her name was Mole Dyer. The mole back then was a nickname that they would give any woman with the first name that started with M. So her name could have been Mary, it could have been Michelle, it could have been anything. No one really knows. I don't think anyone knows. But people decided that she was an older woman living alone. They wanted to blame it on her. So one night in February, it was bitter cold. She woke up to a commotion, looked out her window and saw a mob coming with torches. And she started acting quick. She was only wearing her slip. She didn't have time to get dressed. She just got out of there. She ran. She headed south through the woods to get away from the mob. And in the night, she finally succumbed to the cold. She put her hand on a large boulder, put her other hand, as the story goes, up in the air, and laid a curse on the town. And then she passed away with her hand still frozen to that rock. And the legend says that that's where they found her. So that rock, later on, was moved to the lawn of the courthouse of Leonardtown, where it stayed until the later 1900s, I believe. And then it was moved to the yard of the Historical Society building, where it still is today. They've got it encased in plexiglass because they say that if anyone touches that rock, that bad things will happen to them. I've never personally gone down and seen it, but it's there and you can go see it in Leonardtown, Maryland. But that is the history piece for this one. I'm going to try to keep going with these spooky stories as we get through fall, just to try to keep it entertaining. If you like that, let me know in the comments. If you want me to tell another story, let me know in the comments. Anything that I don't know about that you'd like me to tell in these videos, let me know. If you want me to keep going with these history pieces. If you don't like the history pieces and you want me to just shut up and fish, let me know that too. I'm welcome to all feedback, folks, so leave me a comment. Let's see if we can get another fish. Alright, there's one on the suspended rod again. Fish number 2. Pulling pretty good, but I don't think it's a big one. We're in a lot of current here. Let's see what we got. Not bad. Not bad. It's going to be net worthy. Boy, he's up on top rolling real good. He's big enough at least for the net. Oh, come on now. Alright, landed that one. That one might be worthy of the scale. We're going to see. Decent fish. Well, I wish I could have that first one back that came off. I'll be sitting here thinking about that one all day. Maybe he'll come back. Oh, come on now. I'll make a wild guess on this one and say that he is 16 pounds. Alright. Scale shut off on me there. Let's see here. Okay, he is. Yeah, he's 18 in the net. So, make him 15. for getting some action on a high barometric pressure day. I think this fish came out of about 20 feet of water. Something's messing with that one. Curl your tail back. There you go. Not a bad fish. I'd like to bust a 30-40 pounder today though. Ooh, about took my finger off. Alright folks, so it looks like barometric pressure does affect the fish. Either that or I just suck at this. Got those two big fish that both came off, and two fish after that. One was decent. After that I fished another 3 hours without a bite. Pressure rose up to 0.3 or 30.2 something. So high pressure, and the bite shut completely down. There was big fish sitting on bottom. I could see them on my fish finder. I dragged them, I bumped them, I sat on top of them, everything, and they would not bite. So I guess if this little experiment, I could say, pretty much passed. It was exactly as I thought it was going to be. It was lower pressure in the morning when I first started having action, and then the pressure rose high, and then I lost everything. And now I'm on my way home. So we're going to get back at them next weekend, folks. See you then.